Welcome to Lanmoutarot. This is a general reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Ooh. For the last week of June 2019. Thank you so much for your patience. While I was away, I am back. We have Shield Maiden at the bottom of the deck, and we will be resuming our regular schedule of weekly readings now for each zodiac signs. And this one here, this is for the last week of June, like I just said. And we start with the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards. We pulled Druid, Hold the Space. This is the second time I'm pulling this card for this set of readings. And it's interesting. I can't remember which signs I pulled it up for that first time. But I kept saying David. I was reading it as David, even though you see where I sit it right across from me, I'm reading it. But I was not reading Druid, I was reading David. So here we go. Sagittarius, we have the 5 of disc for you, worry. What are you worrying about? Druid is asking you to hold the space, to basically stand still, right? And not make any move at this point. Are you worrying that your place will be taken if you stand still? Are you worrying by not making a decision to be made for you? Perhaps you're having money worrying. The 5 of disc is a card of lack, right? It's a pentacle card, but it deals with, okay, we'll take all of those. It deals with lack, whether it's money, feeling abandoned, not having enough, right, to go on with. Princess of Cups is at the bottom. So for some of you, it may be an emotional situation, okay? It may be something that's dealt with either children, young ones in your life, okay? Because she's carrying something here, that Princess of Cups. It's almost like there's a turtle. It's like that big bowl, that covered big bowl she has in her hand, has a turtle inside. It's almost like she's protecting that turtle. That's her child, and there's a huge eagle on top of her head, and the fish are flying around. There's a real sense here of fertility. The lotus flower, higher consciousness is flying by her. It's an interesting Princess of Cups. This is not a Princess of Cups that's just your full love and all of that. This is like a Princess of Cups here that has gone through some stuff already, or who understands life in a deeper way than we would expect of her. And then we have the 9 of Swords, cruelty. So we have worry, cruelty, and the Tower. Ouch, this is a tough reading here, Sag. Okay, this is a tough reading. Some of you are going through some stuff that's very taxing on you, mentally, emotionally, financially, or perhaps even spiritually. And Spirit is asking you to hold the space. And I'm going to read it for you guys, the Druid card, so you can get the full message here. It's almost like the Hermit card, but it's not. Hold things together. Don't make any sudden moves or changes. Stand strong, knowing you are where you are supposed to be. When the Druid card appears in a reading, you're being guided to dig deep within and hold your station. If you're wondering what to do next, or have a sense of anxiety about what is unfolding in your life, it's time to shift your perceptions and move backwards to a state of trust. Don't change your plans or do anything drastic. Just trust in the process and let everything happen as it needs to before taking any more steps. Think of a tree. It has strong roots, yet continues to grow and bear fruit. Your life will be a reflection of this. Be a tree. But the main thing I see here is if you're wondering what to do next or have a sense of anxiety about what is unfolding in your life, it's time to shift your perceptions and move back to a state of trust. Because that's what I felt with the first card, Warring. Almost feeling like if you don't make a move right now, your place will be taken. You will lose that. You will lose that opportunity. And Spirit is asking you to trust. They're asking you to stay strong, to stand strong, knowing that you are protected, and to trust that everything will unfold the way it's supposed to. Like the tree stands still, the tree stands tall. We don't see the tree moving around, changing place. We don't see the tree traveling, but everything is happening all at the same time. The roots are growing and expanding underneath the soil. We don't see that. The tree is working. The tree is getting taller every day. We don't really see the mechanic of it, but the tree is working. The tree is growing branches and foliage, leaves. The tree is growing. The tree is bearing fruits. The tree is working. So that's why Spirit and your ancestors is asking you to stand tall like the tree and to stand still for now. Yes, you have worries, perhaps financial worries. Perhaps you feel like you've been done wrong, okay? Because the Nine of Swords is a card of anxiety, and it's a card of like sleepless night, of feeling like things are passing you by, right? Of just feeling very taxed. And the word anxiety usually basically was repeated here when I read this for you. Excuse me, I need to find it so I don't read. Yeah, if you're wondering what to do next or have a sense of anxiety, yes, if you're worrying about what to do next and feeling anxious about it, don't be. Just know it's time to shift your perception and move back to a state of trust. Just trust. Just stay in the trust to know Spirit has you. Because whatever, we have the Tower here as a major arcana, that's something you cannot control. Those things that are happening right now, that you're seeing all the negative aspect of it, people are flying off the building, the fire is burning, this collapse, this drastic thing that's happening around you, perhaps even to you or that are affecting you, it's supposed to happen. There's a reason for it. And what Spirit is telling you is to trust you will come for the better on the other side. Okay? Don't do anything. Let that happen. Let that work. Let that tower fall. Just be the tree. Just stand still. Stand strong. Just know a couple of branches might get knocked down. Some leaves might fall. But just know you, the tree, still stands. You, the tree, will grow that branch. You, the tree, perhaps a better branch. Just trust, okay, in the working of Spirit, of the divine in your life. That all your hard works from the past, go to a place of trust. Go to a place where you know that you're not in this by yourself. Spirit, like you're not in this by yourself. Okay? Stand strong knowing you are where you are supposed to be. Stand strong knowing you're where you're supposed to be, because you're asking you to be the tree. Inside you are very wise. And I'm looking at that Druid card, and this gentleman here with the long white beard, long white hair, there's a sense of wisdom gained from life experiences here, and that's just from books. Wisdom that's been passed on from generation to generation. So be that tree, stand strong, know you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Let the fallout happen, and know and trust that Spirit's got you. The aftermath, you will find yourself in a better situation. Don't allow worry and anxiety to overcome you. Yes, this looks negative on the face of it, and what you're going through right now may not be too sunny, but just know after the storm, the sun will rise for you, okay? And the light will shine on you. and the divine's got you. That's a message for you, Sagittarius, especially for those of you that are going through a tough time right now. Just trust. Go back to a place or to a time of trust. Let's pull the Woman's Angel card. Oh, there we go. That was fast. At the bottom, keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So for some of you, God, the divine spirit may be taking some people out of your life. Okay? Perhaps that thing that you wanted so much, they're not the best for you. That's why that tower moment, that tower, that foundation is faulty. That person is faulty. It needs to fall, it needs to break down for the real thing to come through. Okay? And Spirit is asking you to keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. What you expected, what you thought may not be the real soulmate. Okay? And the card that came out for you is finance. I'm sorry, Sag, a call came through. I don't even know how. I thought I had my phone on airplane mode. All right. So the card that actually came out for you is financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. And we know that because there's real worry here, and that worry is being the 5 of disc. It may be, well, we don't know that. We could assume that. It could be a worry about money, but it could also be worry about other things, feeling abandoned, not feeling enough. But there's a real sense of poverty, a sense of lack here with that 5 of disc, right? With that worry card. And perhaps you are putting yourself in a situation with someone thinking that person can provide for you. Perhaps that person was a good provider, but they were not speaking your love language. They were not fulfilling you. They were not giving you the love that you deserve. Perhaps you are shortchanging yourself in a situation and you didn't realize it. And that God has a better, bigger plan for you. Someone even more spectacular than you can imagine, than you could have expected. Okay? I'm not going to say to let go of the worries. I'm not going to say the anxiety is just gonna stop, for you to just stop being anxious. We live in the real world here, Sagittarius. But what I will say is for you to remember to stand still for now, to stand your ground, to stand strong, to not make any sudden changes, any drastic decisions, to know that this tower moment, this breaking of foundation, this removal of people from your life, of situation, perhaps of a job, whatever it is that's very sudden, that's happening right now, that may seem very heavy and that may seem like it's affecting you in a negative way, just know that this storm will pass. And this storm is supposed to happen, and you're supposed to be exactly where you are, because there are lessons to be learned here, okay? And on the other side of this storm, when it clears out and the sun comes out again, you will be rewarded, okay? I hope this reading, this message from Spirit resonates with you in a way that can be useful. And please come back. We will be uploading the next set of reading for the first week of July very soon. And I appreciate your patience and your support. I'm sending you so much love during this time, Sagittarius, especially for those of you that are dealing with this tower moment. Stand strong, okay? Stay in trust. And remember, love is the only answer. Bye.